Good morning, everyone, from Bangkok, Thailand. I hope you are doing well wherever you are in the world. I'm just outside the shopping mall here where I'm going to come over and get seated down at my workstation. And this is where today I'm going to do the regular Sunday morning weekly analysis for gold and the major pairs in the foreign exchange market. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get started. This chart that I'm staring down here, this is gold. What in the world? You're looking at Thursday and Friday. This is the 1 hour time frame, and Thursday in the US session, you can see that it started to move up and did very well, very bullish. And then the Asian Pacific market opened and it continued to be bullish. It went sideways a little bit. Then the US market opened on Friday and it went up and it looked like there was no stopping. 2,431, I believe it was, that finally got up to, and then boom, it looked like somebody torpedoed the ship. What happened? My goodness, in 4 hours it lost everything that it gained in 2 days. So if you have any idea what happened, what brought that about, there could be various geopolitical global factors. There's no news that came out at that particular time. So whatever you think it was, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. It was exciting to watch, but not really sure just what brought that about. But we'll look at that, gold and the major U.S. pairs, as I always do in this weekly analysis. If you follow me, you know we look at the news, the profit and loss, the pending orders, and forexfactory.com. And I do all of this to help you make profit in your Forex trading. So if you haven't subscribed and you don't follow me, be sure and click the subscribe button and click the little bell so you'll get notified every time I make one of these videos, which is every Sunday before the market opens on the following Monday. So let's jump in and look at the fundamental news. This is the forexfactory.com screenshot, which I always provide. And we have it again, another full week. I won't go through all of the items. There are less items on the U.S. economy than normal. And we have quite a few on the pound, the New Zealand, the Australian dollar, the Canadian dollar, and a few items on the U.S. economy. Particularly be watching out for Wednesday night after midnight, Southeast Asia time. Our friend Jerome Powell will be speaking, okay? Our good buddy that always brings us words of wisdom and rattles the market. So let's see what he has to say this week. All right, so be sure and check forexfactory.com for your local times. And as usual, we'll look at the profit and loss. And my question is always, how did you do? All right, you should have done very well because this is one of the most profitable weeks that I've had in a long, long time. And some really great trades materialized. So let's just have a look and see what did happen. But first, as always, I look at the DXY, which is the dollar index. It's the US dollar compared with 6 major currencies, to see how the strength of the US dollar is based on other currencies. And we can see on this daily chart that we had 2 really big weeks, 2 really big days last week. And the last one was Friday, and you can see the big move on the US dollar on Friday, and that was what put pressure on gold to make that sudden big drop that we saw on the previous chart I showed you. So the US dollar continuing to gain strength, which means we will be bearish on the major U.S. pairs. But looking at last week's profit and loss, gold was incredible again. Really, really just amazing. I said to you, take a buy limit with the entry price at $23.35. And about early in the week, it did hit that and went up a little bit. But then midweek was when it really started to pay off. And we hit $23.35. That blue line went a little bit below that. But then Thursday, oh boy, it really just started to pay off very well. And then Friday, again, at least part way into the U.S. market until we saw that big drop. So a total of, at 24.31, you could have got 960 pips on that trade setup that I shared with you last week. And you know, of course, if you traded one lot, that was $9,600 over a period of 2 days. An amazing trade, really gold paying off very, very, very well right now. The Euro US was a sell market execution order, which I gave you. No pending order, market execution. I said when you wake up Monday morning, just buy the Euro US. It went a little bit the wrong direction, maybe 20 pips or so, and then started to turn good on Wednesday and just continued to escalate into profit, 211 pips on that trade. On the odd US, remember it was neutral. I had no clear direction when I made the video, so that was no trade. The New Zealand US was also a market execution order, which I shared with you. I said to sell when you wake up on Monday morning. It went the wrong direction, about 60 pips, and that's okay. It depends where you have your stop loss. I keep my stop loss at 100 pips, so I was still in that trade. It came good midweek, and then finally turned out for a profit of 76 pips. Then the pound US was also a market execution order. I said to sell that when you wake up on Monday morning. It went the wrong direction Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then started to turn good and finally ended up with an excellent 210 pips. And then the USD CAD was another cash cow. There were many cash cows this week. It was just a great profitable week. This was a buy limit, which executed on Tuesday. It hit the pending order and then just went, there was no drawdown. It just went straight into profit and just kept going throughout the week with the strengthening of the US dollar for a great profit of 220 pips on the USD CAD. The USD JPY was a buy limit, and this one I had the entry price at 151.50. It was about 4 pips short of hitting the pending order. But as I've said to you many times, if you see that starting to go the right direction, very, very near the pending order, you can go ahead and enter the trade. Do it with a small lot size, and then you can always add to a winning trade as it progresses into profit. If you had taken this trade, that would have been a good profit of about 170 pips. The pound New Zealand was a buy limit, and this was the only one that didn't pay off very well, but it went a little bit in the wrong direction, and then midweek started to turn good and gave us 28 pips. The Euro CAD was neutral. It had no clear direction when I made the video last week, so there was no trade on the Euro CAD. All right, let's look at the pending orders that I have in place for you now. These are the trades setups that I have ready for the upcoming week. And this is to help you make profit with your Forex trading. And remember, this is not financial advice, okay? Absolutely not. I am not recommending or suggesting you take the same trades. You can if you want to, it's up to you, but you should manage your own account. Use good risk management. Don't overtrade, don't overlot. Trade according to your fund size. Don't be greedy, don't chase the candles, and all of those things. So the first one we look at is gold, and I have a buy limit, and it's at 23.26, okay, between 23.26 and 23.35. 23.36 is where we have the Fibonacci level, the first one, the 38 level, and it's almost close to that now. It's almost close to the 23.35. So we don't know what will happen on Monday morning, okay, when we wake up. The Asian Pacific market usually will follow what the direction was on the close of the U.S. session, which was bearish, as you can see. However, over the weekend, there has been escalation of war situation in the Middle East with Iran firing rockets at Israel, and so we don't know what will happen as a result of that. There's escalation in the Middle East, and that could be a catalyst for gold to immediately open on Monday morning to move to higher prices. People go for gold as a safe haven when there is obvious escalation of geopolitical situations, but we don't know. All right, so be cautious with this. Wait and see what happens before the Asian Pacific market gets started, before you place your buy limit. But things being normal, all things being normal, if they are ever normal in Forex, I do have a buy limit with the entry price between the zone of 23.26 and 23.35. That's a zone. There's never any magic number or magic line where you can place a trade, but this is about where it will go to before we start to see continuing higher prices in gold. Gold continues to be bullish, not only bullish, but super bullish. All right, as we saw on Friday in the U.S. market, in the London market and the U.S. market, when it just went like a ballistic missile. It looked like there was no stopping until something happened and the close of the market, and it started to come back, perhaps just profit taking. Let me know what you think about gold in the comments below. I would really like to hear from you. On the Euro US, I have a sell limit with the entry price at 1.0700. With the odd US, a sell limit of the entry price at 0.6505. The New Zealand US, a sell limit with the entry price at 0.5970. The pound US, a sell limit with the entry price at 1.2510. The USD CAD with a buy limit with the entry price at 1.3710. The USD JPY with a buy limit with the entry price at 152.80. And on the UJ, well, what we saw midweek was a huge move on the UJ, continuing to higher prices. Unbelievable. You know, there were rumors that the Central Bank of Japan was going to step in and support the Japanese yen. Obviously, that hasn't happened. Oh boy. So we just continue to be bullish on the UJ. And of course, being cautious, you know, use your stop loss. The Japanese yen could one of these days get some support from the central bank. We don't know. They never announce things. It's usually quite immediate when something does happen with the Japanese yen. But for the time being, bullish on the Japanese yen. Let it pull back to our blue line there, our support line at 152.80. I can't believe it doesn't seem very long ago I was talking about a price of the Japanese yen at 108. That was a long time ago, I guess. 152.80, buy limit on the UJ. Then the pound New Zealand, a sell limit 2.1000. And the Euro CAD, neutral. Okay, no clear direction on the Euro CAD, so no trade on that one. And looking at, of course, at my crypto chart, my Bitcoin chart, you know I don't trade Bitcoin. I just buy on a dollar cost averaging basis. And when I took this screenshot, it was at about 67,000, I believe, and just fluctuating between 70,000 and 65,000. However, when I woke up this morning, I saw that Bitcoin had gone down to 61,000. Very surprising to see that. It's been about 3 weeks since it had been that low, or even longer. 61,000, but now I believe during the day it has crawled up to be above 65,000 again. So that's Bitcoin. We have that Bitcoin halving coming up very soon, and that could influence the price, hopefully in a positive way. But this is the current situation on Bitcoin. And as always, I have been promoting for the last several weeks. I have my free support and resistance indicator, which I have been using for more than 10 years. I love this thing. It's great. You just install it. It updates automatically. It gives you support and resistance lines from R1 to R5 and S1 to S5. It's absolutely a fantastic indicator, one of the best I've ever used. I wouldn't use something for 10 years if it wasn't any good. And you can have this absolutely free, no obligation. The link to the download is below this video. If you click on the link and it doesn't work, don't send me a message and say it doesn't work, because it does. All right, just try a different browser. If you try several browsers and you still can't download it, just let me know and I'll arrange to send it to you by email. All right, if you need more information about various support and resistance methods, all right, there are 3 types of support and resistance. I have a really good video which explains all of that in detail on my YouTube channel. Okay, so that's it for me. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope it's been helpful for you. All right, just be sure that you subscribe to that little button up there in the right-hand corner and click the bell so you'll get notified when I make one of these videos. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to leave your comments below this. I love to hear from you. And until then, until next time, this is Rick Ray signing off.